the All of the Above podcast with 3 Seeds Mentoring Group.
All right, we here with the All the Above podcast, and it's the second installment talking about the ACE Mentoring Internship. We had one student spoke about it, so we're going to get another perspective on what happened. So what year are you and what's your name?
My name's Bryan, Ingram, and I'm a junior.
Okay, and who are you?
I'm Derrion, Boyce, and I'm a senior.
All right, both of you guys did ACE Mentoring. We heard Bryan's perspective, so in a sentence, tell me what it was. What was it in one sentence?
One sentence, it was an experience where I had hands-on with the career I'm trying to pursue in my first interaction with diversity.
Oh, man.
That was a good sentence.
Did you plan that?
Nah.
It just came, it flowed. All right, was it life-changing?
Yeah, because like I know in the future I'm going to have to work in the field with different races, you know what I'm saying? And then I also get to see what type of experience and type of vibe I have to take to my field, you know? So, yeah, it was life-changing. And then at the end of it, I won $4,000, so.
That's good.
Yeah.
And I was there when you won that money. You was kind of dry. He opened the envelope up. He was like, "I just won $4,000."
I
was like, "I'm gonna post the video so y'all can see." He was not celebrating.
Y'all keep on rubbing the edge.
Yeah, they want to celebrate. So how was it? The project you were working on. What was the budgets?
The budget, well, that wasn't. The engineers didn't really know. So, but I think the budget was around like $7 million.
$7 million.
I think $7 million was the budget. You know what I'm saying? But that's something the construction people was on, focusing on the budget.
Okay. What was the funnest or most memorable thing that happened in your 15-week journey? Can you describe a time when you went to the place and something cool happened or different?
I think it was our first time at Gensler.
Okay, what happened?
Yeah.
The first time at Gensler, so we was at AECom. It's a different firm.
Okay.
So we was at AECom for the first like 3 to 4 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So AECom a little bit smaller. You know, it's more like a real office building. So we went to Gensler. It was like a whole game changer. It was way bigger. It had way more space in it. Like
which one did you like more?
I liked the Gensler more because like it was just they had so many pictures in there of what they doing and all type of stuff.
It was immaculate.
Yeah, like it was more upper echelon.
Like a palace.
Yeah.
Yes, compared to AECom.
Yeah, compared to AECom. Yeah.
What floor was it on?
Gensler,
Was it like real high?
It was on the
skyscraper?
second, like third floor.
It wasn't that high. Yeah, it was like that.
AECom
You
was
thought
like
they were in like penthouses?
Yeah, I'm like, man,
Nah,
hey, sucks.
yeah, it was just real nice. Yeah, whoever working Gensler, they get that cash.
yeah. AECom was like on the.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, AECom was on the 14th floor, but it was still a little bit smaller.
So how'd they treat y'all like adults or kids? What was the vibe? How'd they treat y'all when y'all walked in the door?
She was like regular students, you know, like tell us, you know, put y'all stuff down, get some food, you know. It wasn't like this we got to do right then and there. It wasn't one of them. Like instantly got into business. Like we always conversate with each other first, eat, and then get into the project.
They understood that we were still students, still in high school, so they were trying to at least show us how to do it, but not really overwhelm us like that.
Okay, and you was on the engineering side.
Yeah.
Give me a project that you had to do that you remember.
Me and Bryan was both on the engineer.
Oh,
so.
both of you were?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we both was the engineer. So really what we had to focus on was the like what to use to strengthen the foundation. You know what I'm saying? So we had to do it based off our architects, and our architects changed so many things.
I hate architects.
And we had to, we had to keep going back and keep doubling back on what they kept changing. So we had at first we had a 15 by 25 foot cantilever, which is a like thing that's hanging over the building that like increased the space of the floor. Then they went to like 15 by 15, you know what I'm saying? They kept changing. And mind you got to draw it, you know what I'm saying, to show so you could put it on your layout. So they had kept changing stuff. So after we finally came to all an agreement, that's when it became easier. You know what I'm saying?
He sound professional, don't he?
He sound like he ready to be an engineer.
He like, and here's your invoice.
I think by the end of it, I probably had like maybe 20-something sketches just from that one meeting by itself.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I was like really doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all feel ready?
I think I'm ready for it. You know, like because it's different from like because in college you're gonna be taking the classes for it. With this was like you was already an engineer and doing a project.
So you got a snapshot of what it's gonna really be
so
like.
I got a snapshot of what it's really gonna be like. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'll be ready for it.
One thing I'd say is because of Derrion, I'm definitely doing electrical engineering now.
Really? What changed your mind?
When I was looking at it, like, there's a lot of stuff with computer engineering, but, like, it's just not enough in that field to do it. Like, it's practical. It's not always practical. So I might as well just do something else that involves technology.
Yeah, because with electrical engineering, you could take it further. You know what I'm saying? You could take it into computer science, or you can just keep it electrical. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I got into it. Because, like, if I don't fully want to be an electrical engineer, I can be into computer science. You know what I'm saying? So
Did you meet some electrical engineers and had conversations with them?
yeah, so what happened, I got invited to a luncheon. You know what I'm saying? There was a select few that got invited to the luncheon. So when I went to the luncheon, I met all type of business firms, like from A to Z, like you could think of. And when I said I wanted to be an electrical engineer, it like kind of shocked them because, you know, I guess a lot of kids don't tell them they want to be an electrical engineer. And they come from me, you know, coming from where I come from, you know what I'm saying? I guess it hit them like, okay, yeah, he want to do this for real. But got a lot of business cards, all type of stuff. And they told me how it really go.
So what's the piece of advice they gave you that you think that stuck with you? I know that you met a whole bunch of them. So what's something that stood out that they said?
So they put it in like steps. They put it in like the journey. So you got to go to college. You be in college for 5 years. You get your degree or whatever, and then you get that certificate for being an engineer. So they said in college, you got to time manage because with engineering, it's not just like any other field. You got math in it. You got physics in it. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of stuff going on. So when you're in college, you got to manage your time well. And you know what I'm saying? You have to do your homework because that's not a class you can be behind on.
No time to play around.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they said, but they did say, though, with electrical engineers, they have a lot of connections. So when you in college, you can always call somebody to help you. And then so they said once I got through college, once the year I graduate, so I'm going to develop, you know, a type of internship while I'm in college. Once I graduate, I go right into that, you know what I'm saying, that field, that intern, and then I just go into my career. And then they said the first step into your career is developing a project of what you want to do because you either going to work for a firm or you can be that business person that want to make your own firm. So that's what they said.
So here's my question. With the interview before, we were talking about HBCUs and PWIs. When we were talking, did you see a lot of minorities when you met all these business people? You see any minority?
Nope.
You didn't?
No minorities, just strictly Caucasian, you know.
So did any of them say they went to a HBCU?
Nah, they was talking about MIT and Brown and Cornell. So like it wasn't a problem. It kind of like motivated me. Like I'm talking to these people that went to these prestigious schools and they willing to talk to me and give me the insight on what it's really like. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I didn't take it as an offense. You know.
So what they say about TSU? You said I'm gonna do it at TSU. Did they just like
Nah. I had one guy in our team, Mustafa.
Oh, yeah.
He's from Nashville and he went to University of Tennessee. So he told me like, yeah, you cool. But when I went to the luncheon or whatever, when I told him I was going to TSU, they didn't really hear about it. They never heard of it or something like that.
They had never heard of TSU?
They never heard of
Probably
TSU.
not as far as like
in that
engineering.
field.
Yeah,
Okay.
engineering. Like they heard as a school, but they
all
never
right.
heard of any engineers from that school.
They came out of there.
Yeah, so when I told them I was going there, you know, they like, oh yeah, you know, make sure you be on top. You know what I'm saying? And represent us well. You know,
yeah.
so.
One last thing you forgot about with the engineering part. They said like each and every year we got like renew our license. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, you gotta renew your license. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of like every year of work, you gotta like renew it. You know what I'm saying? Until you get into lock in your spot into the engineering field. So
But even then, you still gotta do it. Like it's not as mandatory though.
no, it's not it's not mandatory, but you know it's best for you to do it. So like just in case you get into some type of stuff,
Right.
you always got your license with you, like cause the way you can go to a different job.
So on y'all team, how many students was on your team and how many was black men?
In our engineering, it was only like 4 or 5
Yeah.
of us.
And
Four
how
or
many?
5 students?
Black men, yeah, and like
What's
maybe
total?
2 or 3 black females. Out of total, I'd probably say maybe 7 black
Yeah,
students.
like so most of the black people who was in the thing wanted to be an engineer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it went. So
The main joke about it was that the architects was trying to get us to be engineers.
Yeah,
I ain't
so
not,
really?
the architects were trying to get the engineers to be architects.
yeah, so they was trying to get us to switch. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, nah, I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
They're
So-
trying to get us to go to the dark side.
So we asked Bryan about the food, and he he told us a little bit. And you talked about the food. Tell him about the food.
So yeah, it was good for the most part, you know what I'm saying? But some days they'll try to go out of their element. Trying to eat some Greek food like falafel and all that. I don't know what none of that stuff is, but
They were introducing you.
yeah,
Exposure.
so of course I had to try it, you know what I'm saying?
Did you
but
like it?
Nah,
Well, now you know.
That was not fun. That falafel, no.
Nah, that wasn't for me. But other than that, though, the food, like, that's what I was pretty much looking forward to when I got out the train. Like, I ain't eat at school, none of that. As soon as I got out the train, I'm going to go to get the food. But they had beef briskets. We had Chipotle a lot. We had all type of varieties of food. So, like, the food was thorough, you know what I'm saying?
And what about the money? Did you have to spend any money, or it was all paid for?
The only time we had to spend money, well, we didn't even have to spend no money, actually. Nah, because our train ticket was, Mr. Glover had helped us with our 10 ride to get on the train, so we ain't had to spend no money.
Wow. So what do you think, because I told, in Bryan's interview, we had 2 students who did this last year. We had 3 this year, but we told the whole school. So why do you think more students are not doing this from Hillcrest?
Maybe because they don't want to put in that work, you know what I'm saying? They don't really know. They don't see it, you know. That's why I say, like, a lot of stuff is on site, you know, people influenced by what they see. So, you know what I'm saying? If they was able to see what's going on, then maybe, yeah, they'll, you know, get into it. And that's why when I introduced that I won this $4,000 scholarship, I think maybe it would enlighten a little bit more kids, you know what I'm saying? And
was it worth it to you, the whole experience?
It was really worth it, you know what I'm saying? Because my experience was different because I had basketball, you know what I'm saying? So, and we often played on Fridays. So Thursdays, the day we went, was pregame, you know what I'm saying, prep. And I was off missing my pregame to go down here, but it was worth it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I did it.
Okay, so Bryan, any last minute things you want to say about it?
It was fun. It was real fun. Like, it was something different, and like one thing for sure is if people knew about it and like were willing to do the work, then they definitely should do it because it's worth it in the end. Like Derrion was saying, I'm trying to get more than him. I'm trying to get 6,000 now.
You want to get 6,000 next year?
I'm trying to move on out now.
Hey, that's what it's all about, man. So any other last minute questions you think?
What would you say to a student who said or who is saying, like, I don't know if I want to do this?
So what I tell them is, you know, if you really want to go into this, you know what I'm saying, you want to go into this architecture or engineering construction, there's somewhere you can create a good connection with those people because the mentors that we had was actually people who worked in that field. So if you really want to do this, it's worth it. And then if you want to, no matter what, if you applied yourself into the program, you was going to get money from it for college. No matter what. As long as you put your name in there, you was there, you was applying yourself, you was going to get money. So that's why, from my experience, you know, Gensler and AECOM, they said just give them a call, you know what I'm saying, anytime, and they can give me a job.
Right.
Just by being in the program.
Right. And I'm pretty sure while you were there, you were active. You weren't just slacking. You was talking and stuff.
Yeah, I had to because, like, it wasn't a lot of seniors in that, so my time is, you know, limited because I'm about to graduate. So I had to apply myself, you know what I'm saying, more and create that connection, you know. So, yeah, I was probably one of the most talkative, like, any other time.
Of course. Of course. Well, thank you guys for your time. We appreciate you giving us that insight on ACE Mentoring. We'll have the link here in the video. I got some footage and pictures so you can listen to this podcast and they can see for themselves some of the behind the scenes. But thank you guys for listening to all the above. We appreciate your time and energy. Take our survey with the questions about it, and we look forward to get more and more students involved in things like this. Have a good evening, night, day, morning. Good morning. All right, goodbye.